Vi snakker stadig om ham der. Vi er stadigvæk i Warszawa hos CD Projekt Red, hvor vi kigger på The Witcher 3. Hvis I vil vide mere om f.eks. hvad der adskiller Witcher fra andre spil, og om der er en udgivelsesdato, vi kan regne med den her gang, så med.
You must find her. And when I do, what then? I shall give her what she deserves.
Obviously, The Witcher in itself, as a universe, is a lot darker than most RPGs that we know. It's as was pushed in the first Witcher game, an adult RPG. And usually in this industry, when we hear the word adult, all it means is sex. But that wasn't actually the case here. It was just very racist and violent and hateful and bigoting and generally uncomfortable. Is it somehow rewarding to work on something where you actually get to be real? You get to address real human issues like racism through the games instead of just always having this and then you kill the dragon.
Yes, definitely for me it's very satisfying to be able to, well, sometimes express myself by doing the quests, but also not be limited by like general assumptions. For example, we are doing a game for kids, for little kids, so we cannot have violence, we cannot have swearing words, we cannot have, we cannot have adult subjects in the game because it's too serious. It's it's for the adults only. If you don't have these boundaries, you can, think of stories that might touch the players' feelings, emotions, that basically are present in our world, are important for people. And that could be translated into game language and that could be implemented in the game. We touch different subjects like racism, like let's say intolerance, and I think it's very important that we can do that in a convincing way.
What do you have at your disposal to make Witcher very different as an RPG? Because most RPGs tend to be copy-paste.
Well, there are a few different factors that built into this feeling that The Witcher is different than other games. First, very important factor is that we have this unique approach to the story. I think that we try to make it adult in different dimensions, basically. The other thing is that let's talk about the characters, because you mentioned that. The characters in our game are created, uniquely sculpted by our character artists. Very often they base their work on how people in the studio or just people that they see on the internet or on TV or on the streets even look like. They are looking for some features that make human anatomy, human faces different from one another, right? So I wouldn't like to compare us too much to specific different games, but I know that in most cases, like those generated faces that are created in-game editors tend to be, they tend to be looking more towards the average human face, the facial features. We also try to be very precise in how we create the costumes for the characters, the character models, in a way that they are believable. So we are trying not to make these huge pauldrons that you can see in some RPGs that would make a person hard to rotate, or it wouldn't be practical in battle.
So in theory, you're actually trying to make your characters ugly and human.
Yes. I mean, because what makes humans different, and I wouldn't say ugly, but every face has some, well, I don't know how to say it in English, like
something that characters
differences. Yes, like someone has a little, his nose is a little bit, not very perfect. The ears might be, not very perfect, and it doesn't mean that the human is ugly. It means that basically his face is unique. They
have character.
Yes, exactly.
One quick last question. Seeing as The Witcher is an RPG, and seeing obviously as it is a continuous story. Does the actions of The Witcher 2 in any way impact your game in The Witcher 3? Can you actually, I mean, if you chose to support the Scoia'tael over, I forget what the others were called because I've supported the Scoia'tael, but if you chose to back that faction, does that have a consequence in The Witcher 3?
We have consequences in The Witcher 3 depending on what the players did in The Witcher 2. I think they are done to much bigger extent than in The Witcher 2. Yes, basically they have impact, and basically we have did everything that we could to ensure that even the players that don't have their save games because they lost them, or for example they are playing on the consoles right now, that they also have a possibility to recreate their choices in-game, to simulate them, so to speak. So if you lost your save games, you will be able to recreate your choices. Well, it's going to be out in May. I think it's 19th, but correct me on that if I don't remember
and
exactly.
is it actually going to be out in May this time?
Well, I certainly do hope so. I hope we are not moving it again, but basically, well, the shift was decided because we wanted to, you know, remove all the bugs from the game, all the bugs that we can remove, to make it more smooth experience for the players.
So, without mentioning any names, that you kind of wanted a better launch than a certain unnamed game with assassins that we won't be talking about?
Possibly.
Possibly, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Vatgern. This explains why I did not hear your footsteps. What do you seek here?
Yennefer of Vengerberg. Where was she headed?
That is a military secret.
Nå, ja, hej. Det var The Witcher 3. Hvad synes I? Der er sådan et kommentarfelt hernede, jeg synes, I skal skrive i med alle jeres sådan forventninger. Mest af alt, om I tror på, at det kommer her til maj. Vi håber, men tør vi tro igen? Hej.